Hey guys, it's Gary Wong from GaryWongRealty.com again. Welcome to another episode of Realtor Talks with Gary Wong. Today I'm just going to talk about the 5 smart principles in real estate investing. First one that I talk to my clients about in terms of real estate investing, you got to learn about rental versus asset appreciation. Are you renting, or are you are you buying a property for the purpose of renting, or are you buying the property because you want it to appreciate in value? That's really important because that determines what kind of property we got to look for. So rental versus asset appreciation, obviously certain areas are better for rentals, and certain neighborhoods are better for asset appreciation. It determines whether we buy a house, an apartment, or a townhouse. So that's the first thing. The second thing you want to learn is exclusivity or scarcity. So it's, in real estate, it's all about supply and demand. If you buy something that's very scarce, chances are people will pay a premium for it. There's a reason why people pay a premium for yellow diamonds or blue diamonds. They're rare. So let's say you're buying an apartment, is there anything specifically, anything special about that apartment? Is it the tallest building in the area? Is it the tallest building in the city? Is the unit that you're buying a penthouse unit? Because there's only one penthouse in an apartment. So, those are the issues that you want to take into consideration when looking for an investment property. Number 3, short-term or long-term. If you ever talk to a stockbroker or a mutual funds advisor, they're always going to ask you about is this a short-term investment? Is this a long-term investment? Do you need this product to be liquid, or are you okay with putting your money in there for a long period of time? So how soon? What's your guideline? What's your criteria? Are you looking at it just to invest for 5 years? You want a return after 5 years, or are you looking more like 10, 15, 20 years down the line for your children or such? So that makes a difference when I talk to my clients. I usually ask them, you looking at making money in 5 years, a couple years, 2 years, 10 years? Obviously, houses, they appreciate in value over the long run. Apartments, not so much, but if you're willing to wait it out long term, there is asset appreciation. The fourth thing I want to talk about is location. Location is really important. Some areas are better for like I mentioned earlier, some areas are better for asset appreciation, some areas are better for rentals. Let's say you want to buy a property for positive cash flow and you're looking at just rentals. Well, obviously you're not going to buy a Shaughnessy home or a West Point grade $5 million home. You're not going to rent those out and make positive cash flow from those. For positive cash flow, rentals, specific investments, you're probably going to want to invest in areas close to schools, hospitals, transit, areas where people want to live, areas where people are going to often want to rent. There's going to be a high rental demand in those areas. Obviously in schools, universities, there's going to be a lot of students who want to live close by the school. Hospitals, you're going to be renting to doctors, nurses, all the health practitioners. Downtown core, anything on the Canada line or anything on close to SkyTrain. People want to be close to work and they want to be close to commuting. So location matters, right? Obviously, you want if you want asset appreciation, you might pick areas like Shaughnessy, Point Grey, and that kind of stuff. Those kind of areas. Last but not least, return on investment. You got to figure out what's your return on investment. Are you looking at a 5% return on investment, a 10% return on investment? Just like when you go to the bank and you put $10,000 in a savings account. You ask the banker, what's the return on investment? What's the interest? They may say 2% or 3%. In real estate, it's the same. So if you come to me and say, oh, Gary, I want a good real estate investment property, I'll probably ask you, what's your return on investment? And if you don't know, I can definitely work with you and invest and do the numbers. Let's say you invest $100,000 and you want positive cash flow, but the cash flow you get is about, let's say, $1,000 a year. So $1,000 divided by, so you invested $100,000, but you only make $1,000. That's like, a 1% return on investment. Let's say you get $10,000 return after the year, then it's a 10% return on investment. So I want to help my clients go through this kind of analysis, because real estate investing is great if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up with a lot of properties, negative cash flow, and you're just going to waste your time and money. So, so this was just a brief analysis. 5 smart principles. Rental, whether you're buying for rental or asset appreciation, whether you're you got to know your supply and demand, exclusivity and scarcity. Number 3, you got to know about short-term or long-term. 4th, location. 5th, return on investment. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and please comment below. It's Gary Wong from GaryWongRealty.com. Have a great day.